I hope you guys are keeping it warm in this cold Joburg weather. Lately, we've been dealing with an issue that seems to be growing in the work environment. Guys, an issue of work spouse or work husbands or work wives. Aha, yes. So it's an issue that seems to be growing out there. Maybe this time might be new to some of you guys. Let's look at what is this thing called work spouses or work wives or work husbands. Work spouse is a platonic relationship that is formed at work with co-workers of opposite sex. This office marriage is formed between two co-workers who provide each other with emotional support and are each other's sounding board for work ideas and are relying on each other for favors like making each other coffees and even sharing lunches. Well, there is nothing wrong with some of these favors, but the problem starts when you guys start sharing emotional issues and emotional supports of the things that you wouldn't have shared with each other if your real spouse was standing next to you. That's where the problem starts. And that, by the way, is called emotional infidelity on its own. Once that starts happening between you two, then we have a problem. So remember, we spend more time at work than at home with our real spouses. So time and attention already favors your work spouse than your husband or your wife at home. So the scale is already tilted towards your work husband or your work wife. The moment you start having lunches and dinners out of work premises where alcohol might be involved, you guys, it's only a matter of time. You guys will be sleeping together, definitely. One day you'll be walking out of the hotel, and it will just complicate your lives. Remember, lust and adultery starts in the head far before it occurs in bed. These are issues I wish I addressed early in the work environment with the married couples and the newlyweds, way before some of them put their marriage in jeopardy. And again, guys, there is nothing wrong having or creating a friendship or having a friend of an opposite sex, especially a married woman or a married man, as long as you guys mature about these issues and make sure that there are some lines that are drawn in your friendship. Obviously, managers are not going to teach you some of these things. You guys are matured, you guys are married, you definitely should put in some some guidelines and draw some lines to say, no, look, you're my friend, I like you, you like me, but we don't go beyond this. It's something that you can be able to arrange yourself in a work environment. No manager will teach you such kind of things. We love attention. We love to be shown affection. As you are busy sharing your likes and dislikes, obviously each one of you start feeding on those each other's gaps, on those gaps, and only to find that the husband at home or the wife at home is struggling in providing those areas. Then you now at work provide those areas, then you guys become so close. Things like, I love your cologne. I love the way you dress. Wow, you look amazing. Wow, you really know what suits your body. Those kind of comments. If your real spouse doesn't give those comments at home, or maybe is an area that he or she struggles with, and somebody at work is giving those compliments, then we have a problem. Then we have a problem. Ladies, when that work husband start appreciating the way you dress, the way you smell, guess what? Every morning when you are dressing up, you are dressing up with him in mind, especially if your husband doesn't say those things to you or doesn't appreciate always when you dressed up. Your husband doesn't, your real husband now does not appreciate the way you dress, or even doesn't even say, "Oh, you smell nice." The moment you start dressing up every morning, you'll be dressing up with your work husband in mind, because you know that he appreciates it when you look nice. And that work husband, again, the moment he starts appreciating your food, oh, wow, your food tastes so nice. Guess what? Every morning when you prepare that breakfast, or that lunch box, you are doing that with him in mind, not your real husband. Do you see? Now we are having a problem now here. Gentlemen, when a lady start appreciating your physique, the way you look, your muscles and everything, guess what? At the gym, on the very same day, at the gym, when you push those ions, when you push those weights, you'll be doing that with her in mind, with your work wife in mind. You see now, not your real wife that you are having at home. You see, same thing with the dress code. When you look nice in your suits and your jacket and everything, and ladies appreciate that, or should I say, your work wife appreciates you and your cologne and everything. Every time when you dress up, she'll be right here in your mind. And even worse, your real husband doesn't even go to the gym, and this guy goes to the gym. Now that puts a whole lot of pressure in you as a lady. It puts so much pressure in your mind, on your marriage. And the temptation becomes so strong. So there are some preemptive measures that I would like to suggest. But again, it's entirely up to you. It all boils down to your maturity and your self-discipline as an individual, especially as a married couple, as a married person. You need to have self-discipline. Otherwise, you're not going to survive these challenges that we face in our work environment. Number one, keep your friendship or your relationship strictly business. Okay? Keep it strictly business. But again, that won't work if there are no guidelines or boundaries that you guys have set for both of you or for yourselves. Especially when each one of you notices that now things are getting a little bit out of hands. You guys are getting maybe too comfortable with each other. All right, that's where the boundaries have to be put in place. Guidelines as to know. Look, we can share our jobs and be my soundboard. We share work ideas, business ideas, but this far, no further. You see, it's true, guys. There are things that you cannot avoid. Okay, there are things that you are working together with this person. You see each other all the time. That is inevitable. That's why boundaries becomes of paramount importance when you are working with a person of an opposite sex. Number two, please avoid one-on-one lunches and dinners. So you rather make sure that if you guys are out of the work premises, okay, rather involve that person, okay, because Of course, when you are in that environment, especially when you are out of work premises, alcohol might be involved there, which will, of course, bring your guards a little bit down. And when it's only two of you out there, yeah, so things can go down big time. So rather make sure that you involve the third person so that it will be very difficult for you guys to get all cozy with each other. Number three, you guys avoid alcohol when it's only two of you out there somewhere. Okay, avoid alcohol when you guys are together. Yeah, because I mean, for the very same reason again, that your guards will be let down, then of course you might end up misbehaving. You might end up even jumping those guidelines that you guys have put. That is, if you did put those guidelines in place, especially during those Christmas parties. I'm telling you, those Christmas parties, if possible, during those Christmas parties, make sure that you involve your real spouse. That will help you a whole lot. That will help you a whole lot. Make sure that you invite your real spouse. He must be there. She must be there. Okay. I know. With Christmas parties, it's not easy because alcohol is flowing freely there. Everyone is happy and everything. But it is during those moments where we do things that we will regret the following day when we are sober, or it is during those moments where we do things that we'll regret for the rest of our lives. So, what do you think about these work spouses? What is your experience about it? Is it good? Is it bad? What have you experienced about it? Please write on your comment below what do you think about these work spouses.